In a world of constant noise and clutter, the minimalist lifestyle offers a refreshing sense of clarity and calm. At the heart of this philosophy lies the beauty of intentional design, something that Japanese indoor gardens embody effortlessly. Rooted in centuries of tradition, these serene spaces distill nature into a poetic experience within the home. In this video, we'll explore how Japanese indoor gardens can become a cornerstone of minimalist living. From layout to natural elements, every detail contributes to a quiet sanctuary that invites reflection and peace. The Japanese concept of ma, or negative space, plays a foundational role in minimalist garden design. In an indoor setting, this principle encourages the use of open space not as emptiness, but as an element that breathes life into the room. Instead of crowding your interior with decorative items, a Japanese indoor garden embraces stillness. Whether it's a sparse rock arrangement or a single bonsai tree, the areas left untouched are as meaningful as those that are filled, offering a quiet invitation to pause and appreciate the moment. Minimalism thrives on subtlety, and Japanese indoor gardens reflect this through a calming, neutral color palette. Shades of stone gray, bamboo beige, mossy green, and soft whites help create visual harmony without overstimulating the senses. These hues not only align with minimalist aesthetics, but also echo the natural world, making the space feel grounded and organic. Choosing materials and plants that fall within this muted spectrum enhances the meditative quality of the garden, aligning it with both minimalist and traditional Japanese design principles. In a minimalist Japanese indoor garden, light is treated not just as a necessity but as a design tool. The interplay between light and shadow creates ever-changing visuals throughout the day, adding depth without additional objects. Maximizing natural light through skylights, large windows, or shoji screens allows the garden to glow softly, emphasizing the textures of stone, wood, and greenery. Strategic placement of plants and stones near light sources can enhance their forms, offering a sculptural quality that requires no added ornamentation. Japanese indoor gardens make careful use of plants, choosing species that reflect seasonal changes and require minimal maintenance. Common choices include moss, ferns, bamboo, and small pines or bonsai trees, plants that offer structure, texture, and tranquility. In a minimalist setting, each plant has its own space and is selected for its symbolic value or aesthetic contribution. Rather than a lush jungle, the garden becomes a curated collection of meaningful flora that mirrors the natural environment in a refined and restrained way. One of the most iconic features in Japanese garden design is the rock arrangement or karasansui. In minimalist indoor gardens, this element translates into simple but powerful displays using smooth river stones, pebbles, and carefully placed larger rocks. These formations often represent islands, mountains, or flowing water and encourage contemplation. A small sand or gravel tray with raked patterns can serve as a focal point that reinforces serenity and structure, blending artistry with minimalism. Though minimalism often avoids excessive embellishment, a small indoor water feature can add a sensory layer without disrupting the simplicity. In Japanese garden design, water symbolizes renewal and continuity. A compact bamboo fountain or a shallow stone basin with still water reflects light and brings soothing sounds to the space. These elements serve both aesthetic and spiritual purposes, offering moments of mindfulness while reinforcing the connection between nature and the minimalist home interior. To anchor the indoor garden in tradition while supporting minimalist ideals, tatami mats or other natural floor coverings can be incorporated. These materials frame the garden subtly, promoting a grounded experience. Their earthy textures and subdued tones complement natural wood or stone, creating a seamless transition from the garden area to the living space. By extending the floor design into the garden, the room feels unified and purposeful, making the garden part of everyday living rather than a separate decorative zone. Every object in a minimalist Japanese garden must serve a purpose and contribute to the overall sense of calm. Planters and containers, often overlooked, are carefully chosen in neutral tones and natural materials like ceramic, terracotta, or concrete. Their forms are simple, cylindrical, square, or rounded, with clean lines and no ornate detailing. These vessels do not distract from the plants they hold. Instead, they elevate them, giving each specimen a sense of dignity and reverence. Shoji screens, with their translucent panels and wooden lattice frames, act as graceful room dividers while maintaining light flow. In a minimalist indoor garden, these screens can define space without making it feel confined. Their understated presence respects the minimalist principle of doing more with less. Whether used to frame a corner garden or to separate the garden from a reading nook, Shoji screens maintain a fluid openness that is essential to the peaceful character of Japanese minimalist interiors. For homes with limited floor space, a Japanese indoor garden can be embedded into wall niches or alcoves. These small sanctuaries may hold a bonsai, a single lantern, or a tiny rock and moss arrangement. This vertical approach keeps the floor plan open while still offering a visual retreat. Alcove gardens are reminiscent of the tokonoma in traditional Japanese homes. Sacred space is used to display art or seasonal elements, giving the minimalist home a spiritual touch rooted in heritage. To maintain the balance between organic warmth and simplicity, natural wood and bamboo are essential elements in Japanese indoor gardens. Their textures bring in subtle variety without cluttering the visual field. Whether it's a bamboo waterspout, a wooden bench, or slatted wall panels, these materials add tactility and warmth. They age beautifully and connect the space to natural cycles, which is an important aspect of both minimalist and Japanese philosophies. Art in a minimalist Japanese indoor garden is never excessive or overly decorative. A single stone lantern, a calligraphy scroll, or a ceramic sculpture placed with intention can deepen the space's emotional and philosophical resonance. These pieces are selected not to dominate, but to evoke meaning. Their presence is symbolic, contributing to the story the garden tells, a story of impermanence, harmony, and the quiet beauty of restraint. Symmetry is often avoided in Japanese design in favor of natural, asymmetrical balance, known as fukinsei. This idea translates beautifully into minimalist indoor gardens, where the arrangement of elements feels organic rather than forced. A rock might sit off-center, or a plant might lean toward the light. These subtle imbalances reflect the imperfect, ever-changing qualities of nature, encouraging the viewer to find peace in the unplanned and irregular. Minimalism doesn't mean sensory deprivation. It means mindful stimulation. Japanese indoor gardens incorporate not only visuals but also sound, scent, and texture. The rustle of bamboo leaves, the faint trickle of water, the earthy smell of moss, all create a multisensory experience that feels whole. This integration aligns with minimalist values, offering deep richness through few but powerful inputs, each selected to deepen one's presence in the moment. A minimalist Japanese indoor garden doesn't remain static. It evolves with the seasons in subtle ways, swapping a branch of red maple in autumn, placing a camellia bloom in winter, or introducing a new moss pattern in spring. These changes are minimal but meaningful. They help mark time without overwhelming the space, inviting an awareness of nature's rhythms. This quiet rotation supports a lifestyle that appreciates small, intentional changes rather than constant novelty. Many homeowners use Japanese indoor gardens as a backdrop for meditation. A simple floor cushion, placed near the garden, turns the space into a sanctuary for mindfulness. There is no need for ornate altars or equipment. The garden itself becomes the focal point for grounding the mind. This design encourages regular pauses throughout the day, helping to align minimalist living with inner clarity and spiritual well-being. To preserve the impact of the indoor garden, surrounding spaces must remain clean and uncluttered. Open shelves, Hidden storage and deliberate organization help support the garden's presence. Even the objects nearby, teacups, books, or lighting, should follow minimalist principles. This harmony allows the garden to breathe and to offer its full calming effect without competition or distraction. Lighting in a Japanese minimalist garden is soft, indirect, and atmospheric. Floor lamps with rice paper shades, recessed LEDs, or natural candles provide just enough illumination to highlight textures without creating glare. This mood lighting supports the emotional tone of the garden, tranquil, introspective, and grounding. Rather than drawing attention to itself, lighting in this setting fades into the background, illuminating meaning rather than material. Low stools or cushions positioned near the garden encourage a slower pace and a deeper engagement with the space. In keeping with Japanese tradition, this humble seating invites you to view the garden from a grounded perspective, emphasizing intimacy and presence. The minimalist aspect is enhanced by the furniture's unobtrusive design, using simple lines and organic materials that blend into the garden environment rather than standing apart. Wabi-Sabi, the appreciation of imperfection and transience, is a key philosophy in Japanese design that naturally aligns with minimalism. In an indoor garden, this might be reflected in an aged ceramic bowl, a weathered stone, or uneven moss growth. These imperfections are not flaws. They are reminders of the beauty found in natural aging and change. This worldview encourages acceptance and mindfulness, supporting minimalist living as a journey rather than a static achievement. Scent is an often overlooked design element, but it plays a crucial role in the ambience of a Japanese minimalist indoor garden. Light aromas from hinoki wood, incense, or even the natural scent of moist soil can deepen the experience. These scents should be delicate, never overpowering. Like every element in minimalist design, they are best when barely noticeable. Subtle cues that enhance the overall sense of peace and natural connection. For an indoor garden to fulfill its purpose, noise control is essential. Using sound-absorbing materials like cork flooring, soft curtains, and fabric panels can help minimize echoes and external noise. The garden becomes a quiet zone within the home, where even the faintest sounds of rustling leaves or trickling water are given space to resonate. This intentional silence is a gift to the senses and supports a lifestyle that values presence and simplicity. Minimalist living is deeply enriched by daily rituals, and tending to a Japanese indoor garden can become one. Whether it's raking the gravel, pruning a bonsai, or simply sitting in silence, these small acts cultivate mindfulness. The garden is not just a space, it's a practice. A gentle daily engagement with nature reinforces the principles of intentionality, care, and simplicity, making the minimalist lifestyle not just a design choice but a lived experience. In the quiet elegance of a Japanese indoor garden, the minimalist lifestyle finds its perfect partner. These spaces offer more than aesthetic beauty. They provide a sanctuary from the chaos of modern life. Through careful use of space, natural materials, and symbolic elements, the garden becomes a place of presence, simplicity, and deep connection. By bringing this harmony indoors, you cultivate not just a garden, but a way of living, one that honors peace, mindfulness, and the timeless wisdom of less being more.